Recording.
Oh god, okay, do it.
For what seemed like an hour drive was only 10 minutes. Fox scolded Lorenzo for speeding most of the way, but no one was on the road tonight anyway. It was late. The car pulled sharply onto the driveway, causing Fox to once again tell Lorenzo to take it easy, his shoulder hitting the door from the turn.
Ow.
Brenna! Talk!
Oh shit. I forgot again, we were supposed to take a picture together.
He says, adjusting himself in the seat after the little fall. Lorenzo takes the keys out of the ignition. Okay. Then we need to get inside and fix yourself up. I risked getting a speeding ticket for you. Okay, that's too bogan, I'm sorry. I'll just talk normally.
It's beautiful.
He says, stumbling out of the car. He pulls his pants up a little bit since they were unbuttoned. Fox races to the door, finding it unlocked. Lorenzo trails behind him, bumping into him from behind and fidgeting with the lock before opening the door. They both stumble inside, the taller one shutting the door. The two race to the bathroom to fix themselves up. Fox doesn't take that long to get back to normal, but Lorenzo has some trouble. The blonde helps him, reaching up on his toes slightly to fix his hair. He then fixes his tie. I had to look up a video on how to do this, he mumbles, watching his boyfriend's freckled hands. Fox laughs, then grabbing his phone near the sink.
We have to do a few.
Lorenzo pulls the stupid face he always makes when he smiles, his eyebrows raised slightly. He notices Fox smiling with his mouth closed. What the hell? That's not how you smile. You're smiling like a white person does when they make eye contact with a stranger in public.
I am white. What?
Fox replies. Lorenzo shakes his head. I like it when you smile with your teeth. The blonde sighs, looking into the camera before smiling all the way. They take a few more, the last photo being a bit blurry, but it's easy enough to tell Lorenzo is kissing his cheek.
Alright, we're done.
Fox says. Finally! Lorenzo replies, swiftly picking up Fox. The blonde almost drops his phone in the process, wrapping his arms around his neck on instinct.
Careful, would you?
He says. They both make their way into Lorenzo's room, the taller one fumbling around for the light switch. Once it's on, he sets Fox down. Did you rent your suit?
Did you rent your
Oh,
suit? I don't know who said that.
Oh yeah, it is me.
Wait! Oh, it's you.
Did you rent your suit? He says. That was bad.
No, it's my dad's when he was my age.
He replies. Lorenzo gently unbuttons it for him. Don't want to ruin it then.
You rent yours?
Fox speaks up, watching him carefully take everything off. His face gets red like always. The dark-haired boy shakes his head. This is my grandfather's. Been keeping it in the back of my closet. Fox kicks off his shoes, flinching a bit as Lorenzo tugs down his pants a bit. You want to take them off? He asks, letting go. Fox shakes his head.
Just jumpy.
He mutters.
I hate this.
Oh my god. Okay, welcome the Animal Crossing music. Once he has him down to his boxes, Lorenzo folds them and sets it on his dresser.
Can you put on Pink Floyd?
Fox asks suddenly. The other glances over his shoulder, then at the stereo. You want to lose your virginity to this album? Lorenzo jokingly asks. Before I can get another word out, Fox interjects.
There's one song I like especially, yeah.
Lorenzo nods. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I'm just teasing you. He slides the CD into the player, waiting for it to turn on. In the meantime, Fox takes it upon himself to help Lorenzo take off his tux. He accidentally pokes himself with the flare on his suit, but gets it off either way. Lorenzo kisses his finger before letting him continue.
Are you sure you know what you're doing?
Fox asks, his voice wavering a bit. Fucking music! The taller raises an eyebrow. Yeah, I've had sex before. It's not that bad. He pauses for a second. I don't know what I'm saying. Sex is great, actually. You know, we don't have to do this right now, right? I mean, I can just I don't know. I've never sucked dick before, but I can try. I've seen porn before. Fox covers his ears.
Stop talking.
The taller grabs his wrists, taking his hands off his ears. I'm just saying there's other options.
I don't want there to be.
The blonde replies. can't stand this.
Okay. I just want it to be nice. This is my first time and I'm petrified as hell.
A sigh somehow escapes both of them at the same time. Lorenzo places his pale hand on the boy's tan shoulder for balance, taking off his shoes. I'm not gonna brag or anything, but I'm sure it'll be more than nice, he says simply. He kicks his shoes off to the side before and moves his hand to the others, squeezing it lovingly and kissing his forehead for good measure. Fox smiles
That's
a bit, but is anxious nonetheless. Lorenzo notices his timid nature and reaches his other hand to his side. He pinches near his rib, making Foxy yelp and jump at the same time. He tried to frown, but to no avail. Instead, it's all smiles as he wraps his arms around Lorenzo's body, his feet lifting slightly when he reaches up to meet their lips. Attaboy! The taller laughs through the kiss, being startled at first. He grabs the underside of the boy's thighs, lifting him up and putting him on his bed, still facing each other. Fox adjusts himself a bit, resting his blonde curls on a pillow. Lorenzo's breath is already somewhat uneven as he hovers over his he hovers his body over him. Fox's blue eyes focus on the necklace dangling from his neck. Okay, we're just gonna have a quick break. If anyone wants to jump out.
Hey, it gets pretty heavy here, so if you don't reread it, you can skip here.
Judy, if you want to talk about how you looked that up, I looked up Josh Cock, and the second I went to images, there was so much porn. It was terrifying. Beautiful. I thought it would just be, like, funny jokes. Anyways. Woo! Let me see if this is still recording.
I hate this so much.
Alright, we're 6 minutes in. Let's go.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. Was that my name?
Oh no.
Kristen! Oh my god. Did you say something? Bread. Oh shit. I'll come out and get it soon.
Oh god.
Okay, now we have to read this. So, alright. The pale boy places himself between the other's legs. You're okay, right? He asks, almost getting ahead of himself. All the blonde can do is nod, his voice caught in his throat. He swallows a bit.
Yeah?
His voice cracks slightly. It's faint and Lorenzo can't help but pinch his cheek in admiration. Alright, just let me know when you want to stop. Fox nods again, leaning up to peck his cheek. He kisses him back, of course, wanting to pick up where they left off in the car. He starts from his lips, going from there down to his neck. Fox reaches a hand into his hair, which encourages the other to keep going. Lorenzo makes sure to keep everything slow, Fox's hand going from his hair to resting on his shoulder, pressing his fingers into his skin a bit.
Ow.
The boy's ears focus on the music playing softly in the background, as he can feel Lorenzo's open-mouthed kisses reach his chest. As Fox lays down, he tries to steady his breathing, laughing a little bit when one of Lorenzo's kisses in particular tickles a bit and he can hear Lorenzo's laugh vibrate in his chest. It's warm.
You said you've done this before?
Fox asks, nervously, to which Lorenzo replies a small, but this time it's all about you, Kit, not me. Lorenzo notes and leaves it at that. And Fox is beginning to notice heat pulling in his stomach as he notices Lorenzo's keeping a slow and steady pace, his breath hitching a little when one kiss hits a little too close to home. The fucking music changed! Okay, alright. A moan escapes the boy's lips at the feeling of kisses reaching below his stomach. The feeling is so unnatural for Fox, but he ends up enjoying it in every way. He glances down at Lorenzo. The side of his head between his legs makes his face turn more red. The other feels his eyes on him and he looks up, his green eyes blinking a bit. He glances back down, this time at his boxers. He clears his throat before talking. Can I finally take these bad boys off? He asked nonchalantly, but also slightly making fun of the fact that they're Star Wars themed. Fox's head rests back against the pillow again, looking up at the ceiling in a bit of a haze.
Yeah, just shut up and do it.
His voice is hoarse and light. He closes his eyes a bit to catch his breath. Aw, don't get so upset. I think they're cute, Lorenzo replies, kissing his stomach. Before doing so, the dark-haired boy climbs over Fox, his pale hand opening the nightstand drawer. Fox awkwardly watches him rummage through it, not knowing what to do about the uncomfortable feeling that's occurring in his underwear.
Stop! Evie, why did you say
What the
that?
fuck? Where is
Why
it?
did you
He
write
mumbles.
that?
Fox's heart picks up at the pace. Aha! Knew it! He exclaims, sitting up on his knees. Fox notices the condom in his hand. Lorenzo puts his teeth on the package, opening it a bit before tearing it with his fingers. These things don't expire, right? He asks. Fox's eyes widen.
They do. Lorenzo Moretti, give me the damn package.
I can't speak. Lorenzo snatches the wrapper before he does, tossing it behind him on the bedroom floor. I'm just kidding. I bought these like yesterday, Blondie. Now lay back down, he laughs, pressing his boyfriend down onto the bed gently. The other sighs, looking up at the ceiling once more.
I hate you.
Another chuckle from Lorenzo, but nothing more. He kisses Fox on the lips. You'll love me. Trust me, he smiles. He gives Fox one more look before focusing. His ringed fingers. Oh, did he take off his rings? Oh wait, no,
What?
he didn't even prep Fox. Never mind. There's no need to take off his rings. His ringed fingers reach down, hook the. I'm sorry.
I don't like that.
My brain's not
Good
working.
man.
Hook the inside of his boxes. Fox is too busy closing his eyes and trying to focus on the music to deal with the fact that his boyfriend of almost 6 months is going to see him naked for the first time.
At least you weren't fat, Fox. You don't have to worry about that.
For the whole time, Fox has his eyes closed. He hears a big sigh from Lorenzo. Okay, you sure you're ready? He asks. The boy peeks a bit, his eyes meeting Lorenzo's. The other's face is calm, but at the same time a bit of worry mixed in his eyes. It's enough to show Fox that he cares enough to make sure that he's okay. Fox takes a few seconds to think on it. If he backed out now, Lorenzo wouldn't be mad, of course, but it would sure kill tonight. He licks his lips and nods. Water break. Oh my god. Who the fuck is that? I want to throw up. Alright, baby. Lorenzo nods back. If it's too much, just tell me to stop, okay? It'll hurt a bit at first, but I'm right here. I
Stop.
promise you. His smooth voice fills Fox's ears like a favorite song. Fox freezes a bit at the sudden feeling, his breath picking up frantically as well. Lorenzo hears it and grabs his hand, letting him squeeze it for comfort. He starts kissing under his ear, his favorite spot. He can practically feel Fox's grip on his hand tighten the more he eases in.
Fuck. Fuck.
Fox curses out loud. Lorenzo's eyes widen a bit, feeling him shudder underneath him. He notices tears forming in the corner of his eyes, but he can't tell if they're from pain or from pleasure.
What the hell, Lorenzo?
Fox groans. His chest is heaving at this point. Oh, jeez, Fox, I haven't fucked a dude yet, he replies. Are you okay?
Oh my god.
He's somehow able to keep his composure. The smaller suddenly moans a bit once Lorenzo moves.
I'm fine. I love you.
That was beautiful, Brenna. Lorenzo's heart skips a beat at the words, leaning down and meeting their lips. Fox grabs both sides of his face, hands sweaty, which would be gross in any other circumstance, but in this case, it's not. The older boy's hands grab at the boy's thighs, which makes him moan again, this time right into his mouth. Oh, fuck, Lorenzo. His voice being practically swallowed due to the heavy kissing. After a few seconds of not moving, Lorenzo finally has the confidence to put himself into a slow pace. The other hisses through his teeth at first, the pain turning soon into pleasure. Lorenzo covers Fox's mouth. You're loud, aren't you? He heaves a bit, continuing to keep the same pace. Fox continues to moan regardless of a hand over his mouth, and Lorenzo gives up on keeping him quiet.
No, Lorenzo.
Bruna, you fucking bitch. Do this seriously. The blonde moans again. This sends a chill down the other's spine as he places his hand gently around the blonde's neck. The music combined with his lover's noises is enough to send him over the edge. Both of them getting into a high of some sort. Now that's music to my ears, Kit. He almost says, biting down on the bottom of his boyfriend's lip. Oh, I don't want to do this. You sound so pretty, my pretty boy, my baby fox. Fox's breathing becomes uneven.
I'm not saying that.
Yes, you are. You are. We're not continuing until you say it.
I feel like I'm about to.
His words get caught in his throat as he feels him hit the right spot. It's like a switch is turned on once he feels it go straight to his brain. Lorenzo's grip around his neck tightens a bit, but it feels almost too good to be true. Once Lorenzo realizes what's going on, he begins to thrust in there right in the same spot repeatedly, sending the freckled boy into a frenzy. I love you so much, Kit. Fuck. Letting go of his throat and deciding to place last-minute bites on his tan skin. He hears Fox's last noise before they both release at the same time. Fox has a choking kink. Oop, it's over. Once Fox realizes it's over, he gasps a little bit. Bruna.
No, oh. My inhaler.
Can you give us some ASMR inhaler noises, please? I'm sure you have one.
Yeah,
Bruna.
I do, but it's not down here.
Oh my god, you coward. He heaves, sitting up. Lorenzo stops instantly at the words, trying to not pull out too fast for it would hurt. Okay,
Ow.
okay, I got you, he whispers to him, practically ripping the other drawer open to grab the spare inhaler he secretly kept in his drawer for emergencies. He pops open the cap, giving it a shake and letting him take it. Lorenzo takes the opportunity to get up and come back with something to clean themselves with, coming back to the blonde, regaining his breath.
You had a spare?
What the fuck? He asks, trying to sit up. He winces a bit. I realized you left yours in the car, so I remembered I kept a spare here in case you forgot it. The other replies, sitting at the edge of the bed with a box of wipes. He watches him struggle. Just lay back down. I got you, love. Fox lays back down, his head hitting the... Okay.
I can't move.
Lorenzo shrugs. You're...
What? Oh.
You were a virgin. That just means I did my job, he replies, wiping his stomach and himself.
Hold on, I have to turn the fucking spot down.
Gross.
It's so fucking loud.
Fox
Okay,
stays silent
wait.
for a few minutes, letting Lorenzo put on his boxes for him and dressing him in another one of his spare band shirts, as if he didn't have enough to let the blonde keep. Afterwards, Lorenzo crawls over to him, laying down next to him and taking his hand. Did you like it? He asks.
What makes you think I'm gonna say no?
The other replies.
That was great. More than great, actually. Sorry for cursing at you.
Lorenzo laughs, rolling onto his side and pulling Fox close. It's okay. I forgive you. He pauses. Hey, at least you let me be your first. That's pretty cool of you. Fox can't help but smile, brushing some of the older's jet black hair out of his face.
I love you.
He says. And I, Lorenzo replies, kissing his cheek, love you, my beautiful boyfriend. Recording